Alright, what's up guys? Taking the Chevrolet for a ride this morning. Look at this. This never happens. This thing's got a half a tank of gas in it. Unbelievable. So anyway, let's take a little ride, go get something to eat. It's gonna be McDonald's day. Gonna go get something from Mickey D's, and gotta go buy a birthday present for the girls. It's their birthday party this weekend. Holly was actually born on Christmas Eve, but you know, you sort of get the shaft when you were born on Christmas Eve. Because you know, you're born on Christmas Eve, then your Christmas and your birthday are together, and that's no good. So what we do is we do the birthday parties together, and we do them you know, about this time of year, and it gives you a few weeks to recover between Christmas and I mean, the birthday parties and Christmas. You know, you got the birthday party, and then we'll have Christmas coming right behind it. So, but anyway, we do it so they have a little bit of a birthday party and a little bit of a Christmas. And you know, things are tight this year, so it's going to be a small party. Usually the parties are huge, but we'll see what kind of party we ended up with this time. We did rent a park and got a pavilion, so it should be pretty cool. And yeah, you know, they'll have a good time. A couple of their friends will show up. Usually we have a lot of people at the birthday parties, but the girls don't seem to have as many friends this year, whatever the circumstance. So the party will be a little smaller, but nevertheless, it'll still be a party, and we'll take you guys along. So I got to go get some perfume for Holly. That's what she wants. Some Justin Bieber's girlfriend. So I got to go find some of that. I figure Wally World will have it. I need some cat food, and holy crap, there's a lot of traffic out this morning. Don't know what's going on. But yeah, that might help. A little focus and mocus. We'll go get us a biscuit. I had a couple questions last night. I did that engine case video, or line boring video, for Grateful Meds. And Juan, he was wanting to know about an engine case for a 1600 or a 1641. And Juan, this might not be a very popular answer. I know a lot of the Volkswagen guys out there like the 87 slip-in cylinders, but I don't recommend them, buddy. If you're gonna build a 1600, build a 1600. A 1641, you get a little extra displacement from the slip-in cylinders, the 87.5s or whatever they are. But what happens is they have a very thin spigot on the bottom where they go in the case, and the cylinder wall itself is very thin. So being an air-cooled motor, as the motor heat cycles, the cylinder gets distorted, and you lose piston to cylinder contact. So any extra horsepower that you'd gain from that extra few cubic inches, 41 or whatever it is lost in the cylinder seating. You know, the tune-up will go away from your motor quick. You'll lose ring sealing, and I don't recommend the 1641s. I don't like the slip-in cylinders. A good set of 1600 cylinders will far outlast the 87s and give you far better service. For your application, you know, a stock case would probably be your best bet. A magnesium case is still cheaper than an aluminum case, I do believe, unless you can find an aluminum on sale. Like I said, if you're out in California, I've seen the aluminum ones when I was out there for as cheap as $425. I think a new magnesium case is somewhere in the $500, $400 range. So mag case, it would be lighter construction for sure, and the tolerances and all the measurements on the case are much more precise with the Volkswagen casting than the aftermarket. A lot of times, you know, we'll have to go in and make changes on the aluminum case to make it work. And then a lot of times if you're doing a high performance motor, you're making those changes anyway, so it's not really a big deal. But on a stocker, I think you'd be far better off with a stock case. Most cases come universal. You know, if you have a bus, you want to make sure you order a universal case so your bus mount will fit. You don't ever want to mount the engine bar off the oil pump. I know they sell the piece to do that, but it's very hard on the oil pump studs. You know, the oil pump studs are only 6 millimeter. There's 4 of them, and the engine mount bolts are 10 millimeters, so considerably different in the construction of the bolt that was intended to hold that mount on. You know, it supports the weight of the transmission and the engine on a 1970 and earlier bus. So it's very important to get the proper case if you are going to put a motor in a bus. You know, you want a bus case. Yeah, so hopefully that answers your question on the what case to use question. And I don't know what kind of motor you want or what you're doing, but I do have a 1600. It's not a new case, it's a really good used case. And I had the case face. I got a set of Molly piston cylinders and a reground crank, new cam, new lifters, new oil pump, rebuilt rods, and a new set of heads. And you know, if you wanted a 1600, something like that, you know, I could do something like that for around 1100 bucks for a long block, and it would be a pretty nice motor. You know, I'd put a HD pump in there for you, and we'll make sure you got a good German crank and you know, a good case, and you know, everything you need to make the motor live. New cylinder heads. I like to put new cylinder heads on because there's nothing better than new. You know, they don't have the heat cycles on them, and cylinder heads are just too cheap nowadays. To rebuild a set of heads is not a very good thing, you know, unless you find a really nice set of heads. You just need the seats cut, you know, and if you do that, you still have to have them resurfaced 90% of the time. You know, the combustion chamber is not flat, so starting new is a better way to go, and builds you a better motor for sure. So that 1600 that I have, I figure about, you know, somewhere in the $1,100 with no core. You know, if you had a core, it'd be a little bit cheaper. Knock $150 off that. And people want to know what you need the core for, and you need the core for the hard parts. You know, the crankshaft, the timing gear, the distributor gear, the rods, parts in the motor that, you know, you remachine and use over. A lot of times, you know, you'll get a good case that you can rebuild, and it keeps the cycle going. So that's why there's usually a core charge on a rebuilt motor. Now, if the motor's all new, there's no core charge at all. You know, we just use all brand new parts, and there's no core involved. So however you want to do it, Juan, you know, if you want to do it yourself, I'd be more than glad to walk you through it. I've made several videos on how to build a 1600. They're pretty basic. If you follow a few simple rules, you'll have no problem. So you know, whatever you want to do, buddy. I just thought I'd throw that out there. So so that's where we're at. And yeah, not a whole lot going on. Sort of a wintry day here today. This guy in front of me must be ordering the whole damn store, or he's trying to get a date or something. But you know, kills me with McDonald's. They got numbers on this shit, man. You know, you're sitting in line, number so and so, number so and so, thank you very much. I mean, how hard is it? But there we go, some bitch, finally done.
McDonald's, we are now featuring our new cheddar bacon onion sandwich. Proceed with your order whenever you're ready.
Yeah, let me get a cinnamon melt, a large Coke, and a bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit.
636 at the second window, please.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See how you do that? Boom, boom, boom. I even changed my mind at the last minute and still got it out. Good morning.
Good morning. What would you like to drink? Okay. That's it? 542, second window, please. 13 1464, darling.
Have a great day.
You too, thank you.
So there we go. So anyway, that's about what's going on with me today. Not a whole lot. I'm gonna try to work on the Nova some. Get those control arms painted so I can put the ball joints and bushings in. And been trying to do that for a couple days, and seems like I get less and less done. You know, it becomes the norm for me, and I don't know. It's hard for me to make some videos sometimes because it seems like they don't have a lot of content, you know. So sometimes they turn into a vlog. But I like to stay in touch with you guys and you know, see what's going on, let you guys know what's going on. It's just the health thing lately has just been beating me to death, you know. So I got no energy, and seems like I got about 2 or 3 hours in me in a day, and that's about it now. And you know, I just get exhausted. So working on that, trying to change the diet around a little bit, and you know, try to get some more power. I don't know. You know, I've gotten off all the medication, and you know, it's definitely a different world now for sure. So having to get used to everything, and you know, doing it without medicine is very hard. The pain is just it's unbelievable, man. It just won't taper off, you know. And days like today where it's overcast and cloudy and a little chilly, sort of bone chilling, you know. It's like metal on metal is all the only way I can explain it. So go to the doctor's I think tomorrow or the next day, Friday. Yeah, Friday. Don't know what day it is, but Friday. Go to the surgeon dude, and we'll see what he has to say. And sure, it won't be anything good, you know. I never have gone to the lung doctor, the pulmonary care specialist yet. They found some shit when they did the CT scan in one of my lungs, and I just don't have time to deal with it right now, you know. It's not something that I need to do this time. So it's could be why I'm tired all the time, I don't know. Make some room here. There we go. Hopping in the McDonald's. Good morning. How are we doing today?
Good, how are you?
Good, good. Stay warm. All right, I'm probably gonna go ahead and shut this off because, you know, unless you guys want to drive to Walmart with me, and you know, 12-minute video. I guess I can leave it on for a few more minutes. But anyway, it's cool to drive the big ass truck, be off the ground so far. I don't usually get up here too often, but this truck needs tires now, so ain't driving it too much. I don't have the $1,100 for tires right now, so Andrew's just having to wait and drive the Hyundai. That's how it is, you know. We all gotta wait sometimes. And I tried to tell her when she bought this truck, you know, but nobody listens to me, you know. And people in general that buy stuff that can't afford to pay cash. I'm a cash guy myself, you know. That's why I drive different kinds of cars than Andrea does. I have had a car repossessed, and it was a very unpleasant experience for me. You know, sometimes you get in financial situations, and stuff happens, you know. And I got behind on a car, and ended up having to borrow money from my parents, which, you know, you should never have to do, because your parents, I don't know, when you get my age, you know, you shouldn't have to get stuff from your parents. My stepdad is dead now, and my mom lives on a fixed income, so that's not an option anymore, you know. But I did borrow some money from her at the time, and tried to pay the note on the truck, and I paid $960, tried to get current, and they came and repossessed the car the next day after I made the payment. And after that happened, I made a pledge to myself that if I couldn't afford cash, I wouldn't buy it. But Andrea didn't take part in that pledge, and she decided to buy this truck after I paid her van off that we had. And now she's got a big ass truck payment. And you know, she's got a truck that needs $1,100 worth of tires. So my only suggestion to you guys out there and girls that buy trucks like this, that have to have them, you know what I mean? Start a tire account as soon as you buy the car. Put $2 a week, $1 a week, $5 a week, whatever you can afford. But put that into an account that you won't mess with, and buy you some tires. So, you know, when it comes time, and you need those big mud tires, you got a little mud tire fund. So, usually if I'm going to do a project, that's the first thing I buy is the wheels and tires. And I did that with the Bronco. Went down and laid down the $1,100 for the wheels and the tires on that, and Hans sort of lost interest on it. And Andrea was wanting to put those tires on this, and I'm like, no. I saved for my tires, you saved for yours. So that's where we're at. We're sort of at a standoff with this truck. You know, she can't really afford to drive it, but she can't get rid of it either. So it's a catch, what is it, catch 22, whatever they say. But she loves it, I hate it. And it's not that it's a bad truck, it's just that I don't like the car payment. I don't like paying $600 a month for a car when you can buy a house for that nowadays, you know. And it's just money that goes out every month. And on a truck that, you know, gets 6 miles, 7 miles to the gallon, that you can't afford to drive when gas is $3 a gallon. So what are you gonna do? You know, it looks cool, but the Bronco looks cool too, and it's paid for, so you can afford to put gas in that. You know what I mean? If you don't have the car payment, you can not bitch about the gas bill as much, you know. But I don't know, I'm just a hard ass when it comes to this truck, if you ask Andrea. And I just don't let her have any fun, you know. This is what she likes, is what she tells me. So nothing wrong with liking something. It's just sometimes our likes exceed our financial abilities to pay for stuff, you know. Sometimes we like it more than we can pay for it. So I tried to get her to turn this truck in, you know, voluntary repossession, but that's not the way to go, because that little truck that I was telling you about, now, you know, I'm a guy that's got zero income. Every once in a while I'll do a side job, but I don't work, haven't worked in years, you know, since I broke my back and my neck and blew my arm off. My working days are pretty much done. If you are out there and you would give me a job, you know, if I could work in your shop and not be too much of a liability, you know, I would definitely love to go back to work. But when you fill out an application and there's more broken bones than not broken bones, they sort of look at you funny. But anywho, that truck that got repoed, I got a letter in the mail about, a couple months ago. You know, we got a couple guys in the garage bitching about taxes, and I feel your pain. You know, property tax is one of those things that I could argue, you know, if you don't pay your property tax, you don't have fire, police, and local infrastructure, you know. That's what property tax pays. And of course, there's people that come in and buy your taxes if they're not current, and that's just part of the world. But those people, if it wasn't for those people, our counties and whatever you call them, county services would come to an end, because the people that don't pay their taxes would be lost revenue. And if those people didn't step in and you know, pick that revenue up and pay those taxes, then we wouldn't have police, firemen, you know, judges, all that stuff that we use in our day-to-day life. But however, much like this new IRS thing with the housing, a lot of guys that short sell their house, let's just say for make-believe numbers, you got a $200,000 house that you bought in 1989, and now it's 2012 and your house is worth $100,000 instead of $200,000. Well, if you do the government mortgage modification program and they deduct your mortgage from $200,000 to $100,000 and your payments go down and you think everything's great, well, you'll be receiving a letter in the mail within a few months of doing your modification that you were responsible for the taxes on the amount that was depreciated from your loan. So the IRS feels no sympathy for you. If you are buried in a mortgage and you refinance, you're responsible for the taxes that you would have paid on the amount that they take off the mortgage. This is also true if you have a car repossessed, apparently. I had that truck repossessed. It's been about 7 years ago, maybe even 8. And I got a letter from the IRS saying that I owed them $5,500 or taxes on $5,500. I don't know what it was, but I couldn't figure for the life of me what I would owe the IRS money for. I haven't bought anything or purchased anything in years. And come to find out, it was that truck loan, you know. Whatever they sold the truck for, the balance that they didn't get, the IRS wanted their money for the balance of the loan. So you go figure how that's becoming a thing. And as the IRS becomes more and more a part of our life with this Obamacare and the health insurance is fixing to come down the pike, you know, if you don't buy the health insurance and you don't provide health insurance for yourself, you're going to be taxed and penalized by the IRS. That's who's going to enforce the insurance law. So some really scary shit, you know. Be careful what you finance, be careful who you owe, and be careful what you refinance, and the mortgage reduction scam, and, you know, turning a car in if you can't pay for it. You really got to be careful, because you can leave yourself sort of liable for a lot of things. I was lucky enough to short sell my first house that I had to short sell when I got injured, and that law wasn't in place, but thank God, you know, because it would have been a financial hardship for sure. So let me go here in Wally World and buy some birthday presents and some cat food, and we'll turn this back on when we get to the house and do some car stuff. So you guys have a good one.